Hey YouTube, Qualia here, bringing you all my Cardfight Vanguard Battle Sisters Oracle Think Tank standard deck profile for Post Clan Selection Volume 2. I figured I'd start off the Clan Selection Volume 2 deck profiles with one of the most well-known subclans in Cardfight Vanguard, being the Battle Sisters. These cards were around since the very first pack of Cardfight Vanguard, and we were given a pretty good amount of Battle Sisters support in the Clan Selection to fully support the deck as a whole. We haven't really gotten much support throughout all of Standard to actually say we have full Battle Sister support, aside from a few cards here and there, and even then we only have one trigger unit for the deck in Standard format. But with all the new support from Clan Selection Volume 2, we were finally able to make what I would basically call the purest we're going to get for the Battle Sister deck in Standard format, and all this support can definitely help out for a premium deck profile for Battle Sisters later down the road as well. But let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So for our main go-to grade 3, we're running 4 Battle Sister Fromage. On the Vanguard circle, during your turn, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, all of your units with Battle Sister in its card name get plus 5,000 power. So what's great about this card is it just says all of your units. It doesn't specify, just the front row like a lot of units in Standard format do. So even being able to have some Battle Sisters in the back row, which we do have a good number of grade 1s in this deck being Battle Sisters, can all benefit from this plus power as long as your opponent is on that grade 3 Vanguard, which would make this deck definitely better at going second, so your opponent already has their grade 3 set up and ready to go. And on Vanguard or rear, when placed, you can Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, draw a card, and if you have a Vanguard with Battle Sister in its card name, draw a card. So you want Fromage to be your go-to Vanguard, but being able to call this card to rear guard and gain that additional plus to your hand, and potentially more Battle Sisters to add to your hand, is a great plus for sure. And we have one more card ability on Vanguard Circle. Once per turn, discard a card from your hand. Look at the same number of cards on the top of your deck as the number of your units with Battle Sister with their different names, and put each card you looked at on the top or bottom of your deck in any order. So with this card, you have more setup, basically going off of your own Battle Sisters, but basically also being able to focus on setting up your drive check for your Vanguard the more and more you have set up on the field to go into. Being able to look at the top of your deck can also be beneficial with some of the other units we're running in the deck. So this, like I said, is your main go-to grade 3, just overall for that setup and power it brings to the deck. For the backup grade 3s, I thought of Goddess of the Sun Amaterasu as a good option as the backup, just for the reveal ability with your Battle Sister Fromage. But if you don't have Goddess of the Sun, I found Hexagonal Magus to be a good backup. When placed, it just has the Counterblast 1. Look at 2 cards on the top of your deck, put one on top of your deck in any order, and draw a card. And when your drive check reveals a trigger unit, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. So this just is great for the setup that Fromage can provide, just adding on more and more power, since you'll know where the trigger units are once you set them up with Fromage. If you have Goddess of the Sun, you can always replace it for this card in the lineup, with the last of the grade 3s just being 2 CEO Amaterasu, the original one on Vanguard, having the Counterblast 1, draw a card, and look at the top card of your deck and put it on the top or bottom of your deck. And when you look at your deck, due to an effect during your turn, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. So very, very easy just to get an additional plus 5, which can make up for the plus 5 that Amaterasu will not get because not being a Battle Sister from Fromage. But you would have the same problem with Goddess of the Sun Amaterasu as well. So this is just an added option for the fact that we don't have any backup grade 3 Battle Sisters to go with Fromage in the deck for Standard format. But that doesn't say anything about the grade 2s and 1s we run in the deck being the majority all Battle Sister. For the grade 2s, we're running 4 Battle Sister Trifle on Vanguard or rear. When placed from hand, Counterblast 1, look at 3 cards on the top of your deck, call up to 1 card with Battle Sister and its card name from among them to rear, and put the rest on the top of your deck in any order. So great search power, and like I said, the majority of the deck are Battle Sisters, so you should be able to hit a Battle Sister with this card whenever you reveal it. It's a when placed from hand, just for the fact that you don't search out another Trifle and then just easily fill up your entire field with Battle Sisters. And on rear, when it attacks, if you looked at your deck by your card's ability this turn, until the end of that battle, this unit gets plus 5,000 power, and Soul Blast to grade 3, and your opponent cannot call Sentinels from his or her hand to guard circle. So the power plus with your force markers is very, very important with this card, being able to hit that pressure, or even just the additional critical for the Soul Blast of a grade 3, which you can easily build up in this deck with all the different ones we're running, but definitely a 4 of for that setup alone. Actually, the grade 2s all take up a 4 of spot just for their consistency for the Battle Sister playstyle. I also run 4 of the Battle Sister Troquette. This is actually a reprint made into foil for this set. One of the few Battle Sisters we had for standard format. On Vanguard or Rear, when placed, Soul Blast 1, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 grade 3 for among them, put it on the top of your deck, shuffle the rest of the cards, and put them on the bottom of your deck in any order. And then this unit gets plus 5,000 until end of turn. So just being able to reveal and then potentially drive check into our preferred Battle Sister card we need for the search makes this another definite 4 of. Being a Soul Blast, you can easily do this early game, and being a Vanguard or Rear ability means you can even just, ride this unit on Vanguard, use the skill, attack, and then drive check into the grade 3 you need next turn for your ride target. And then lastly, for the grade 2s, another one of the older Battle Sisters that we've had for standard format, and that is Battle Sister Macaron. On rearguard, once per turn, when you look at your deck by a card effect during the turn, you may have this unit get plus 10,000 power until end of turn. So this card alone is already getting plus 5 from Battle Sister Fromage, having the additional plus 10, and then the Force 2 that can have the additional critical puts this card at 24,000 alone when attacking. If you have one of the grade 1s behind it, having the grade 1 also have plus 5, and any of its other increased power units can be incredible pressure against your opponent, just going by numbers all alone with all the different Battle Sisters. And that is it for the grade 2s. We'll now move on to the grade 1s. I run 4 Battle Sister Panatone on Rear. Put this unit into your soul and look at 2 cards from the top of your deck. Put 1 card from among them on the top of your deck and 1 card from among them on the bottom of your deck. And until the end of turn, this power increase of your next trigger unit effect gets 10,000 power. So with that, you just have immense pressure with your trigger unit alone, being able to increase that power. It's very, very scary. It makes this card a definite 4 just for that setup alone. For looking at the top 2 cards of your deck and being able to set up those trigger units, it seems to be the main playstyle, just looking at the cards from your deck and rearrange them as you want for the Battle Sister setup. And I also run 4 Battle Sister Torrijos. We were really given a good amount of grade 1 support for the Battle Sisters. I definitely felt it was needed with all these different units having a good amount of the grade 2s taken into account. With Battle Sister Torrijos, this one on Vanguard or Rear, when placed, reveal the top card of your deck, and if it is a card with Battle Sister in its card name, you may put it into your hand. This ability may only be used with a card by the same name once a turn. So just being able to reveal your Battle Sister Triffle is a great card to add, because then you don't call it, you wouldn't be able to resolve Triffle, but being able to add to hand and then place it from the hand means that you can with this card. It is a once per turn, but you can still use it early game, having multiple copies of this card. So the earlier you use it, the faster you'll be able to resolve it as well. And then lastly, for the grade 1s, I'm also running 4 Battle Sister Casada. On rearguard, once per turn, when you drive check reveals a trigger unit, you may have this unit get plus 10,000 power until end of turn. So this is the pressure I spoke of with cards like Macaron. You do have the trigger plus also with Panatone, but also just having Casada on Rear with Macaron, having this card at 24,000 alone with, Fromage on your Vanguard, then having this card, just being able to have this unit get plus 10,000 once a turn means you don't even have to give the trigger unit power to this column. You can give it to your other column for additional power boosts, and then hit total numbers for this entire column being over 42,000 power alone if you don't even give any critical power. Means the Force Marker 2 can definitely be strong on this side altogether. And that is it for the grade 1s. We'll now move on to the grade 0 starter. We didn't have any Battle Sister starters in standard format, so I just went with Whiteness Rabbit being, well, I would say we had, Magus and also Godhawk Ichibiyoshi and some of the Amaterasu Susanoo starters. So I figured this one being more of the generic original support kind of fits with the fact that Battle Sisters were with us since the beginning for all the different setup in the game. And for the trigger lineup, I'm running with the 8 critical. The fact that we have 1 Battle Sister trigger is better than nothing. The fact that we can call Ginger to rearguard and have this card be at 10,000 power boosting is really essential for sure. And also just the 4 Psychic Bird. Like I said, we only have 1 Battle Sister trigger for standard format. So you definitely want to run that as a staple, and then just running any other trigger for the final spots. And then for the draw trigger, I just had to go with the draw trigger Sentinel. With this deck, I found when playtesting, just hand consistency was a big part of it. You do want to set up the cards on the top of your deck, but with a lot of different cards in the setup, you can rearrange how you want the draw trigger and then have the next card be a non-trigger card and then just potentially go into another one afterwards. So I still like running the Miss Mist as that option available to you. And then for the heel trigger, just went with the Sphere Magus being the, older of the heels as well, fitting with the retro playstyle that the deck has altogether. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed the video. This is just the beginning of the Clan Selection Volume 2 deck profiles, so definitely look forward to them. We got plenty to go through to get ready and finish up standard format. So until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and Kira Qualia out.